सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम्. सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम्.
Good morning and namaskaram. Namaskaram. Yeah, can you hear? Audio is clear? Yeah, namaskaram. Good morning to all. Yeah. Okay. Audio is clear? Audio is okay? Can you hear? Okay. Okay. Right. Very good. Okay, let's get started. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pratibodhidham Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitavrtavarshiniim Bhagavatiim Ashtadashaധ്യായിനീം Ambattvāmanusandadāmi Bhagavad Gīte Bhavadveshinīm Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullarabindayata Patranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vitreka Panaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dugdha Gopalanandanah Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamritam Mahad Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadrona Tada Jayadratha Jala Gandhara Nilopala Shalyagrahapati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Magara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Khalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartaga Keshavaha Parasarya Vachas Saroja Mamalam Gitartha Ghandotkatam नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधना बोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिन श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. Good morning and welcome all. Namaskaram. Yeah, we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 5th chapter. We covered up to the 16th verse. So today we will cover 17, 18, and 19 of the 5th chapter, which is very very important verses in Bhagavad Gita, and especially the 19th one we will discuss. So we'll start with the 17th verse. तद्बुद्धयस्तदात्मानः तन्निष्ठास्तत्परायणाः गच्छन्त्य पुनरावर्तिं ज्ञाननिर्धूतकल्मषाः. One more time. तद्बुद्धयस्तदात्मानः तन्निष्ठास्तत्परायणाः गच्छन्त्य पुनरावर्तिं ज्ञाननिर्धूतकल्मषाः. Just the meaning, those whose intellect is wholly absorbed in that, who remains identified with that, who are established in that, who have that as the goal, and whose vices are purified by knowledge, attain the state of no return. That is the English verse, just the meaning. We'll try to explore this. Avritti means it is repetition, cycle is, see, if you see we must have seen a giant wheel, when we go to some festival and all, we see a huge giant wheel, right? So it is so attractive the moment you see the giant wheel, and then people are going round and round, etc. Then we feel like, yeah, we should get inside that giant wheel. We pay some money, take a ticket, right? And our friend also, he also encourages, let us go inside. Even if you are little scared, that inquisitiveness will be there to get into the giant wheel. And once he starts the machine, it starts going, it starts moving around. It'll be, initially it will be very nice, right? And when you see at the top, when you go to the at the top, you can see the whole beautiful, you can see the whole village or the nearby towns, everything you can see, so wonderful. And then the moment it starts coming down, by the time it picks up the momentum, when it is coming down, we feel like whatever we had the previous day or the last 2 days, everything will get churned, and then you want to take everything out. And when so feel like somehow you want to get down, because it is completely, it gets you are finished, you don't want to get, now you want to get down from it, climb down. But nobody is going to stop. He will say, no, you have to go, this giant wheel will go 5 times, 6 times, after that only it will stop. So this is, even if when we want to get down, it will go on picking up speed and then speed, and by the time 3 or 4, not only whatever you are scared, and the nearby guy who prompted you to get into the giant wheel, he is worse than you. he is he is worse than you. And when you look around, you see everyone is same. Everyone is shouting at their maximum noise they make. They shout and then cry and ecstasy. Everything you see, is it not? So this is the life cycle which Bhagavan is talking about here. Punaravarti, gachandi. But that is punaravarti means continuous, it is coming down. Here it is apunaravarti, right? Who they reach that state of apunaravarti. Apunaravarti is attained a state of non-return, not coming back into the cycle of this birth and death. One who reaches that Brahma Swarupam, one who realizes that Aham Brahmasmi, or Taittiriya Upanishad, what it says, the second chapter, Brahmavida apnoti param. One who knows Brahman, apnoti param. What is param? Brahman only. So one who realizes the truth, he becomes Brahman only. He realizes himself as Brahman. He or she, okay, realizes himself as Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi will be the natural state of a jnani. So for that, what all things? What are the things? Tad buddhayaha, with the knowledge of self, with the knowledge of self, and assimilating that knowledge completely, that I am the awareness, I am only the awareness, I am all that which appears in front of me. What all things I am aware of? I am aware of my intellect, I am aware of my mind, I am aware of this body, I am aware of the sense organs, I am aware of the objects of this world. One who realizes, that is Tad Buddhayaha. Who, and when one realizes this in himself, then this Jiva, when he saw, this Jiva sees that the same awareness is there in everything around him. All other Jivas, there is nothing other than that awareness here. That is, he is Tad Buddhayaha, Tad Atmanaha, the same. Tad Atmanaha, Tad, that Brahman is me, myself. I am that Atma, I am that only, Tat Atmanaha, Tannishthaha. Tannishthaha is a beautiful word. Here, who is established in Brahmanabhavam. One who realizes that I am this Brahma, I am this Brahman, and he continues his actions with this knowledge. With this knowledge, one who continues his, that is, applying this on a day to day, moment to moment basis, one who is in transaction. In transaction means, for us, it is our life, Karma Yoga, right? So, one who is continuing his life at, whenever we are at various roles as father, mother, sister, or son, daughter, husband, wife, friend, teacher, any of the roles, or office, in the working in the office as general manager, or a peon, or whatever be the role, or a cobbler or a tailor, whichever role each one plays, in that role he is, he knows himself as Aham Brahmasmi. I am that non-dual awareness. I am that awareness which is non-dual. which is there is only one awareness, one consciousness, one existence, which that person realizes, and he assimilates in this, assimilates in his knowledge, assimilates this knowledge, right? By which he doesn't need to remember it. That is tanishtaha. Not necessary to remember it or remind. Remind what? Remind the mind that you are that. Every now and then it is not necessary to remind. That is tanishtaha. One who is established in that. Tatparayanaha. Tatparayanaha means the ultimate goal is Brahma Prapti. There is no other goal in life. There is no other goal. Tat parayanaha. That is vyavasayatmika buddhi rekeha kurunandana bahushagha hyanandascha. One who has that vyavasayatmika buddhi reka, that only one buddhi, one pointed goal, right? And if this is not the goal, then what else? What else is Bahushagha Hyanandascha? There are so many other goals. I want to become that, I want to become this, I want to earn money, I want to build a house, I want to buy that car, or my son has to get married, or my granddaughter should get into that particular college, or uh, like that. So this is Bahushagha. If it is one pointed, that buddhi can only be one. What is that one? Brahma Prapti. Tat Parayanaha. Right? Tat Parayanaha. Jnana Nirdhuta Kalmashaha. Kalmashaha. Kalmasham means Pabam. What is the Kalmasham here? Or impurity here? The Veda Buddhi is the impurity. That the notion that there is other, there is something else other than self, other than Atma, other than Paramatma, other than Bhagavan, there is something, or other than me, there is something, right? The notion of me, you, he, she, that animal, etc. The notion of the inner feeling, the inner understanding, there is Veda Buddhi is established. That is Kalmasham. Right? That is our normal state. See, Dvaitam, we are in Dvaitam. Then we are in Dvaitam, no need to teach. Dvaitam is not necessary to be taught. We already know. We need to be taught Advaitam. We need to be taught that Ekameva Advitiyam. We need to be told that your notion of difference is not correct. That is to be told and taught. Dvaitam need not be taught at all. We all know. We open our eyes, we know. The moment we open our eyes in the morning, we know we are in Dvaitam. But we have to be taught, the Buddhi has to be taught that this is Kalmasham, this Veda Buddhi is a Papam. Then, because of Jnanam, with the knowledge, Jnana Nirdhuta Kalmashaha. You know, the dog and all, if some dust or something is there on their body or head, it shakes its head. It's so fast, taka 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 taka, it shakes, and it removes all the dust. That is avadhunam. That is getting rid of all the dust, right? So one who has done this, they are nirdhuta kalmashaha. One throw away their papam with the knowledge. Jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha. Because of this assimilated jnana, not just intellectual jnana. Intellectual understanding is the minimum necessity. With that knowledge, intellectual understanding, one who practices in his or her day-to-day life, and then assimilating it. By assimilating this knowledge, because of that assimilated jnanam, then it becomes anubhavam. By he washes off, he removes all the papam. Papam, what is this? Is only papam is Veda Buddhi. That is, there is something other than self. That is the papam. Jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha apunaravartim gachanti. They reach the state of not return, not coming back. Not coming back means no birth and death, right? There is no birth and death. There is no coming back into the cycle of birth and death, right? Cycle of birth and death means there is no sufferings. There is absolutely no suffering that can happen any moment. It is not necessary to get rid of this body, then only this will happen. No. If the body has got, if you think that you are the body, then there is a birth, there is a death. The body has got a date of birth, the body has got a date of death, right? Womb to tomb. Swami Chinmayananda says womb to tomb. So that is for the body. And what is the assimilation? I am not this body. My nature, I am true. My true nature is awareness, consciousness. That knowledge will, assimilating this knowledge will be bliss, anandam, right? Sat Chit Anandam. So that is my true nature. I am that. When I have assimilated this knowledge, then there is no birth and death for me. Birth and death is for the body. So he or she, this jiva, one it realizes that I am self, apunaravartim gachanti. There is no coming back to this cycle. We'll move to the next verse. 518. विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शिनः विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शिनः Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane. Whether it be a Brahmana endowed with learning, Vidya, who has acquired knowledge, Vinaya Sampanne, who is humble, who has got humility because of the Vidya, such Brahmana, right? Brahmajnani, you can take, or born Brahmin, anyway, you can take. Gavi, cow. Whether it is a Brahmana or a cow or an elephant, Hastini, Gavi, Hastini, or an elephant. Shuni chaiva shwapakeja, a dog, let it be a dog, or someone who does not have any culture, who eats dog meat, right? The who can call it as outcast, who eats the dog meat, let it be swapakecha, pandidaha samadarshinaha. The pandidaha, the wise. What is panda? Panda means brahmajnanam. Panda means brahmajnanam. One who has this brahmajnanam, he is called panditaha. They are panditaha. So panditaha samadarshinaha. They behold the same. They see the same self in all. They see the self in all. They see Atma only. They see consciousness in everything. That is why a few examples are given. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shuni Chaiva Shwapakecha Panditaha Samadarshinaha. Samadarshinaha. Pandita Samadarshinaha. They see that self only. They see Paramatma only in everything. Right? See, there is actually they behave like that. There is a story of Jnani Namadeva. No, Namadeva. You must have heard. He he was he was he was alone, and he was chanting the name of Vithala. Right? He was all the time chanting Vithala, and so his wife brought some roti and sabji, ghee, etc. for him to eat. And this Jnani Namdeva, he did not. He said that keep it there. I will eat later. So he this thing, and his wife knows him very well. Kept all that, and then she left. And a dog came and then ran away with this roti. Namdeva saw this and he ran after the dog. He was running after the dog, and after some time, the dog stopped, and then he said, "Please stop, stop, stop." Namdeva said, "See, this roti is so dry, it will be dry, and then you will get caught in the throat. It will get caught in the throat. I will smear this with the ghee and dal. You please have it with that. Otherwise, it is so difficult. It is so dry." And he gives this roti smeared with ghee and the dal, etc., and he fed. This is this is a perfect example of seeing Atma in everything, seeing that Karunyam, seeing being compassionate to everything around us, right? So this is Samadarshinaha. And in Manisha Panchagam, we have heard it, Manisha Panchagam. Once the story is in Kashi, in Varanasi, Bhagavan Adi Shankara was walking, and then suddenly some of his disciples, etc., they told a Chandala was coming with his dogs, etc. He said, "Gacha, gacha." So that Chandala spoke this. Annamaya dannamaya madhava chaitanyameva chaitanyat yati vara duri kartum vanchasi kim bruhi gacha gacheti. Hey Yativarya, the Chandala asked Bhagavan Adi Shankara, "Hey Yativarya, what did you mean by saying gacha gacha, move aside, move aside? Why did you say? Are you saying this to the body, or are you telling for to the Atma? If it is body, is it not all body is Annamayam? All bodies are made of Panchabhutam. So what is the difference between the body of yours as well as mine? And if you are saying gacha gacha to the self, this self is only one, and there is only one Atma. How this can move?" And he gives one more beautiful verse. Kim Gangambuni Bimbitem Baramanau Chandala Vidhipayaha Pure Vandaramasti Kanjana Ghadi Mritkumbhayor Vambare प्रत्यग्वस्तुनि निस्तरङ्गसहजानन्दावबोधाम्बुधौ विप्रोऽयं स्वपचोऽयमित्यपि महान् कोऽयं बिभेदभ्रमः. Beautiful two examples the Chandala gives. One is the reflection of the sun. The reflection of the sun in Ganga Jalam, right? Or that which reflects in the Ganga Jalam or in the ditch water in front of the house of a Chandala, is the sun different? The sun that reflects in the Ganga, and the sun reflects in the ditch water in front of the Chandala. Is the sun different? One more example he gives. The Akasha, the space in a pot made of uh, mrit, a pot made of clay or a pot made of gold. Is the Akasha different? Is there any difference between the space that is there in a golden pot or a clay pot? Is it not the same? This Satchidananda, this awareness, this consciousness, this Paramatma is like Samudram, Shantam. It is everywhere, is it not? So he gives in this knowledge, where is the scope for seeing this is Vipran, this is Chandalan, etc. This Veda Buddhi, how it can arise there, how there can be a Veda Buddhi. This is what he said. And then Bhagavan Adishankara gives a beautiful Panchagam, 5 verses, that we are not going to the verses, but this is what, this is the point. Pandidaha Samadarshinaha. Pandita, they don't see, they see only awareness, they see only consciousness. And this seeing is not the seeing with the organ of the seeing, is not with the eyes they see. It is not the organ see, it is with the jnana drishti. It is with the jnana drishti. That vision is the vision of Atma. It is the vision of self. It is the vision of self. It is not the vision of the sense organ. It is the vision of jnana drishti. And in that vision, everything is same. There is no difference. There is absolutely no difference at all. See, let there be thousands of ornaments, right? There can be a bangle, there is a chain, there is no stud, right? Or necklace. Let there be hundreds and thousands of ornaments, golden ornaments. One, see, the shapes are different, the names are different, and each ornament has got a purpose. So, in the name and form, there is no difference. There is difference. In the name and form, there are differences. Right? A Brahmana's body is different from the body of a cow, or is different from the body of an elephant. Right? They are names and forms. Whereas the gold is same. The gold is same in all the ornaments. What is the common thing in all? Gold. So one who can see gold in all the various ornaments, he is a Pandita. Same way, one who sees Brahman, Paramatma in self as well as in himself or herself, as well as in everything around. One who sees Atma everywhere, all pervading, he is Samadarshinaha. One who can see, one who has the vision of seeing beyond the names and forms, he is a Pandidaha, he is Samadarshinaha. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, there is he actually he is a Samadarshinaha. There used to be a cow. That cow name is Lakshmi, and that Lakshmi used to roam around along with the people over there. There is no difference. And when all were sitting in front of him for satsang, etc., this Lakshmi cow used to come and then put its head on the tummy of Bhagavan Ramana. He never said, he never saw this differently. He never saw. Even now also, Ramanashram and all, they feed the monkeys and dogs, etc., first. After that only all others are fed. Food is served. So Pandidaha Samadarshinaha. So this is the Samadrik Swadrik. Samadrik Swadrik is another verse which is in Srimad Bhagavatam. I haven't read it. I saw this quote somewhere. A similar verse is there in Srimad Bhagavatam also. Srimad Bhagavatam 11th skandam 19th chapter 14th. So Srimad Bhagavatam 11, 19, 14. Brahmane pulkase stene ब्रह्मण्येर्के स्फुलिंगके अक्रूरे क्रूरके चैव samadrik pandito mataha. Same, exactly same. Brahmane pulkase, Brahmanan, pulkasan, outcast, stene, a thief. Brahmanye, that is here jnani also, right? A jnani, because jnani also is self only. Same. Arke, sun. Spulingage, all the stars. Akrure, one who is a very noble person. Krurege, one who is a cruel person. Cruel thing, cruel person or thing. Chaeva samadrik pandito madaha. Panditaha, he sees only Brahman everywhere. He sees only Chaitanyam. The Chaitanyam only. When he is looking at the sun, the same Chaitanyam he is able to visualize. He is able to see. In his Jnana Drishti, he will see himself no different from the sun, no different from the stars, no different from the people around him, whether it is a cruel person or someone who is not cruel. But in transaction, he will see different things. He will transact. He cannot transact in the same way, but inside he is sure, so sure that Sarvam Brahmamayam. There is no difference between me or you, or there is no other in his internal attitude. There is no difference. This knowledge or this non-dual awareness will only take to a state of equanimity, a state of quietude of the mind, that only can make the mind quiet, that can make the mind without any disturbances, that only will lead to Sarvam Brahmamayam as assimilated, right? Naturally. When there is a disturbance in the mind, immediately a corrective action will be necessary. We have to bring that disturbance, analyze it with the knowledge of Vedanta, and then in that knowledge we say, I am not this mind, I am not this body, etc. And that mind comes to an equilibrium. That is not jnanam, assimilation, is not complete. Then this practice is continued when we are in Karma Yoga. This is what we do. In Karma Yoga, whenever there is a disturbance. This disturbance is analyzed with the knowledge, saying that I am not this mind, I am not this body, etc. My true nature is Atma, and I see Atma everywhere, and I see Brahman only, I see God only, I see Paramatma only, and I myself is Paramatma. There is no difference at all. There is only Paramatma here, there is only self here. In this knowledge, that disturbance fades away. When this is practiced again and again, when there is no traces of disturbance, there is not a drop of disturbance in the mind, that mind is Brahman. An equanimity, an equanimous mind, a mind which is poised in peace, which is poised in equanimity, is Brahmanubhava. This can be achieved now and here. It is not a state to be acquired tomorrow or after next birth, etc. Because then what happens is we need to travel, whereas this state is our true nature. This is our true nature, and this is to be understood now and here. As we are discussing, as we are talking now, we have to know that this is my true nature. I am aware. You see, the awareness is like, see, I am talking, I am aware, right? I am aware I am talking, and I am aware that there is a laptop in front of me. I am aware that I am seeing this, I am seeing that, I am hearing your voice. The same way, the same awareness is there in you all. That consciousness, that awareness is one. There are no two or three or thousands of awarenesses. That awareness is one. That is non-dual awareness. Without that awareness, this consciousness is Bhagavan. Without this consciousness, we all will not be able to see, taste, smell, all this, etc. Even the mind, is being able to think because of this awareness. So in awareness, everything happens. Everything happens in awareness. And I am that awareness, and you are the same. There is no difference. So this has to be understood now and here. This is not to be achieved tomorrow or day after tomorrow after births. This is to be understood now and here. That is what Bhagavan says in the 19th verse. Bhagavan says very clearly, this Brahmanubhavam or this Brahma Sakshatkaram is not something to be created new. This is not something to be created new or go to some other place to get it. It is not you have to go to some other place, you have to go to Vaikuntha or Kailasa, etc., and then you get it. No. Now and here. That is what Bhagavan says in the 19th verse. Ihaiva tairjita sargaha yesham samye sthidam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmani te sthitaha. Ihaiva tairjita sargo yesham samye sthidam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmani te sthitaha. This is one of the beautiful verses. Here Bhagavan says Iha eva. Here itself right? We'll go one by one. Yesham Manaha, whose mind samye sthitam, whose mind is poised in equanimity, whose mind is in complete equanimity, equilibrium, because of seeing Brahman everywhere and everything. By seeing or by established in Brahman, established in self, one who realizes that my true nature is Anandam, my true nature is Brahman, and I see the same thing in everywhere. To do this, to get to this, someone has to do analysis. We need to study Shastram properly. Why is it so? So, when analyzing what after analysis, we come to a final conclusion, intellectual understanding that my true nature is awareness. I am not this body because the body is constantly changing, the mind is constantly changing. Anything that is changing, that which appears to my sense organs is temporary, it does not have any existence. This knowledge, right? When I see the same awareness in everywhere, his mind will be in equanimity. His mind, that mind only will be in equanimity. Taihi, iha eva, here itself, now and here itself, while alive, when this body is functioning, Sargaha, Jitaha. He conquers Srishti. He conquers creation. He conquers rebirth. Sargaha, Srishti. What is Srishti? Srishti is anything that mind produces. Anything that mind produces is Srishti. Srishti is no different from samsara. When someone sees other, there is two. There will be fear, didiyad vai bhayam bhavati. There will be fear, there will be disturbance. That is Srishti. See, in deep sleep, this is absolutely absence of this mind and it is absence of this body. But in waking, as soon as we are awake, the mind, when the mind comes up and immediately the ahankaram, it says different. I am different. I am this character. I am this body mind. I am Vishwanatha Raju, it says. And the moment I think I am this Vishwanatha Raju, then I see so many others, and everyone I will feel different. If I don't see that Sarvam Brahmamayam, my true nature is Atma, and everything that appears in front of me is Atma only. In consciousness, this world, the whole world appears. This world appears in consciousness. This appearance is not true. When the appearance is true, that ignorance is Srishti. That in which that appears, that is consciousness. That is consciousness, that is awareness, that is the only truth. The appearance cannot be true. The appearance of this world is exactly like a movie. It is an illusion. We see dreams, right? In the dream, we see so many things. And are we really bothered when we are awake? When we are in the dream, we run. The body runs. The dreamer runs here and there. Lion is chasing, etc. Or sometimes he gets lottery also. All this happens, but the moment you are awake, you know that it is a dream, no more scared of that. The same way, this world is an appearance. Yatova imani bhuta nijayante. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Yatova imani bhuta nijayante. Ye na jata nijivanti. Yat prayantyabhisamvisanti. Tad vijiknyasasva. Tad brahmeti. That is the clue. Where all this appears and temporarily stays for some time and then which disappears. See, every day there is Srishti and Pralayam for us. Every day morning there is Srishti, and then when we go to deep sleep, that is Pralayam. Every day this is happening. It's a Kutti Pralayam. So this Srishti is happening every day, and this Srishti is happening every hour, and this Srishti is happening every moment. Every moment, the change that happens in consciousness, this change that happens is Srishti, if you believe so. One who realizes that there is only consciousness here, in this knowledge, the mind comes to a equanimity, mind comes to complete steady, then samye sthitam manaha, yesham manaha samye sthitam, taihi iha eva sargaha jidaha. He transcends, he conquers srishti. Then nirdosham hi samam brahma. Brahma, this Brahman, this consciousness is nirdosham. There is no gunas. It is nirgunam. This non-dual awareness is nirgunam. It is this Brahman is flawless. It is pure. It is no impurities, flawless, and the same in all. Nirdosham ki samam Brahma. This is no, the concentration is not dense in one body and in another body it is light, etc. It is samam, equal. It is equally, in Narayaniam says, Sandranandava bodhatmakamanupamidam kaladesha vadibhyam. It is dense and it is equal, samam. This consciousness, the awareness is equal, nirdosham. He samam brahma. Tasmat brahmani te sthitaha. They remain ever established in Brahman nirdosham. Whose mind is established in Brahman, whose mind, if it is completely established in Brahman, their mind will be in complete equanimity. That mind will be in absolute peace. Or in other way, if someone's mind is in eternal peace, if a mind is always peaceful, ever peaceful, then he is established in Brahman. So if there is a disturbance in the mind, then we need the knowledge, you need the intellect to tell that the disturbance is not true, you are not this mind. Again, you have to remind. So this process of assimilation has to be completed when the buddhi is intact. Please remember this point. Otherwise, at one point, this intellect will walk away. Then, when there is a disturbance in the mind, there will not be this intellect to use the knowledge of Vedanta and put the mind back into equanimity. Then the mind disturbance will continue or it will come and go. So it is very, very important to bring the mind to a complete equanimity state with Vedantic knowledge, which has to be assimilated not just in the morning half an hour or evening half an hour, etc., all the time. Throughout the time when we are in transaction, in our karma yoga. In our karma yoga means put yoga. When it is not yoga, it is just karma, where the karma will have a result and then we are bound by the result of the karma is karma. But when we are not binding, when we are not attached to the result of the karma, it is karma yoga. And while practicing, if there is a disturbance, putting the mind back into yoga sthiti is karma yoga. You have to remember, yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Please refresh second chapter 48 verse. Siddhya siddhyau samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Equanimity of the mind is the definition for yogam. That yoga, right? That yogam, that through karma yoga, when the mind is in equanimity, when the mind is samatvam yoga uchyate, when that mind is in equanimity, it is established in Brahman, then na punaravartate, not coming back. And there he says, tasmat brahmani te sthitaha. They are set to be established in Brahman, whose mind is in complete equanimity. This is only possible. This is only possible one who is established Brahmanishtha. This is Sthita Prajnatvam. This is Jivan Mukti. This is not impossible. This is possible. Ihaiva. Now and here. So please do not postpone. That is why I said this verse is one of the very profound verse in Bhagavad Gita. It's a beautiful verse. Bhagavan says, Ihaiva. This is not to be attained tomorrow or after going to Vaikuntha or Kailasa, etc. Ihaiva, now and here. Ihaiva tairjida sargo. He conquers this birth and death cycle. Esham samya sthidam manaha, whose mind is in equanimity because of the knowledge that my true nature is Atma and my true nature is Paramatma, and everything that I see, I smell, I taste, etc. is nothing but same Bhagavan, same God, same Narayana, and the same vision. This jnana drishti, once it is established, then intelligence is not necessary to do the corrective action. That is why Acharya said, Yadunnu kanmadadu narayana pratima. Whatever you see is Bhagavan's pratima, Bhagavan's idol. Is Bhagavan himself. Yadunnu kelpadadu narayana shrutigal. Whatever you hear, it is Bhagavan's Shruti, it is Bhagavan's name, because it comes from consciousness. Anyone says something, where it is coming from? From consciousness. So anything that appears in consciousness cannot be different from consciousness. If mirage water appears in a desert, desert is appearing as water. If a snake appears on a rope, the snake is not real. It is the rope that appears a snake. So if there is a sound, an insult which is coming from a consciousness, from the consciousness, an insult coming out has to be consciousness itself. Yadunnu Chaivadadu Narayanarchanagal. All that actions that we do, any karma that we do, it is a service to God. It is a service to Bhagavan. Because whatever do you do, whether you are eating or whether you are feeding, whether you are doing puja or whether you are buying something, whether you are working in an office, everything is an archana or offering to Bhagavan. Yadunnidukke Harinarayanaya Nama. Everything is nothing but Paramatma. Everything is Bhagavan here. There is nothing other than here. And there is only God alone is here. That is what Bhagavan says. Ihaiva tairjida sargo yesham samye sthidam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmanite sthitaha. With this, we will conclude with the 19th verse. We will continue from the 20th verse next Saturday. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu.